Hello again, everybody. Zach Attack is here with my UFC 172 review tonight from the Baltimore Arena in Baltimore, Maryland, of course, for this day, April 26th, early April 27th now, 2014, the pay-per-view right over midnight here. My thoughts on this pay-per-view, yes, if you've seen my recent UFC pay-per-view reviews, um, it's been okay pay-per-views, not much excitement. UFC's been delivering okay fights, some decent action, but the fights, there's been no exciting moments. And once again, I thought this pay-per-view was going to be good because I saw the UFC Fight Night last week, probably one of the best UFCs I've seen in a while. But tonight it was back to the same old, just okay action, not a lot of excitement. Sound like a broken record. The first fight and the main event were pretty good. The only closest things to being good. 3 out of the 5 fights ended in submission. 2 in the first round. Quick submission wins. 6.5 is my rating for UFC tonight. I guess once again, just okay action. I'm gonna sound like a broken record. I've been saying this I've been saying this for the last 2 or 3 UFC pay-per-views. Just okay action. We need some more exciting moments, guys. Come on, UFC, deliver before Bellator kicks your ass. That's my opinion. Anyway, even it's bad when some prelims are better. Because I saw a good prelim knockout from this guy named Chris Beal. They were highlighting it, and big flying knee. That was awesome. I wish there was. That's what we're missing. Great knockout moments. Like I said, we got a lot of submissions. So it was an okay card tonight. Let's get down with the main card. First fight, we had Max Holloway taking on Andre FILI. This is probably the only thing to be okay, decent. Because it was kind of evenly matched. These guys were just pounding each other. And Andre, I thought, was winning the fight. Because I think Andre was more the aggressor. And the first couple rounds, he was just really on top of Max, just delivering great moves with him. And Max did look okay in the second round, but Andre was just pounding on him for at least 2 rounds and a half. Really being the aggressive, just getting some great shots and great moves. But then Max got the surprise victory in that third round, delivering some great body shots, big body shots to Andre, setting up to get him on the ground, to get the submission with that guillotine choke and the victory. So for Max Holloway, kind of a great comeback victory. That's my only thing to being exciting, because Max, I thought, was getting pounded on by Andre being the aggressive and getting the reach advantage. Andre looked pretty good. It was great, decent stand up, some level of excitement with the great comeback from Max. 2.5 for this fight, being one of the only decent fights next to the main event. Now on to our next fight, which would start and roll along with the submissions. The first 3 fights in the war were submissions. And the second and third fight, submissions in the first round. First things first, we had Jim Miller. By the way, Max Holloway and Andre FILI. I knew that was going to go all 3 rounds. Because it's just featherweights. They can't knock each other out. That's why they had a submission victory. So continuing the submission trend, we had Jim Miller, lightweight division, took on YANCY MEDIEROS. And Jim Miller just pounded on YANCY, got him down for a Kimura, had him down there. And the way the fight finished with the submission, he didn't really tap out. YANCY didn't really tap out. He was basically knocked out. He passed out. It's kind of a questionable finish. Like I said, he never really tapped out. I thought he was trying to escape it, but Jim let it go after the referee called. That's kind of a weird way to end it. In my humble opinion, was just kind of like, he basically, like I said, I think they just called it because YANCY passed out, and I thought he was going to tap because he couldn't get out of it. So that's why the referee called it, because they saw there was no way that YANCY could get out of it. He was trapped. And he wasn't tapping. He was trying to fight out of it. But the referee knew there was no way he could fucking get out of it, despite all of his best attempts. YANCY was trapped, and he wasn't tapping out. So he passed out, and Jim got the victory. 1.5, just because it was just a short fight. It was an okay finish with the submission. Here, of course, like I said, the last of the submissions was the third fight. Luke Rockhold in the middleweight division taking on Tim Boesch. Now, Luke Rockhold had like a unique position. He basically took down Tim Boesch from the beginning. He put him in a unique position, like he had him on top of him. Had him in a unique position. Like, here, I'm Luke Rockhold, and this is like an example of the position of how Jim Boesch was like face down on top of Tim Both was face down in the middle of Luke Rockhold's nether, which is kind of a unique position, and then he just got him that Kimura after the second round. The second fight was submission, was a choke, but this fight was the Kimura. He just cinched it in. This Kimura started tapping once he got the position he wanted after getting him in that unique position, getting Tim Boetsch to wing the arm out, and once he got that Kimura locked in, Tim started tapping. Submission victory for Luke Rockhold. 1.0 just because there was not a lot of action in this fight. Just Luke just pounding him down in that position until he got good enough position, good enough angle to get a submission on him, and that's what happened. Got the good angle, got the submission, the Kimura lock, and bang victory for Luke Rockhold. And this ends his submissions. Now on to a co-main event in our main. Co-main event in the light heavyweight division. Anthony Wombo Johnson returning to UFC, making his debut in light heavyweight, taking on Phil Davis, Mr. Wonderful Phil Davis, who was ranked number 4. And I think Phil may be going down the rankings. Anthony Wombo Johnson in his first fight back in UFC, and also his first fight as light heavyweight, just pounded the hell out of Davis, especially for that first one. Just pounding all over him. Great, like I said, decent action in this fight. Some good action, but like I said, not much excitement, like I've been saying for the last few months. It was just a beatdown fight. Phil Davis was trying to fight back, but just Anthony was just a beast out there. He was just pounding. He was on top of him, just pounding him. He was basically striking fight. It was okay striking. So there was some okay takedown attempts, kind of, but Johnson just pounded him for all 3 rounds, getting the victory by unanimous decision because he was the aggressor. And it was just pounding on him. He looked very good tonight. He could be a threat if he gets a few more good wins. Now that he's beat the number 4 guy. Anthony Johnson walked in tonight as number 14 ranked, coming back to UFC after a few years away. And now he beats the number 4 ranked light heavyweight in his first fight back in UFC and his first fight in light heavyweight. So it's very unique to see Anthony Johnson get the victory in his first fight back. 2.0 just because it was okay action, not much excitement, but just Anthony Johnson just pounding the hell out of Davis. So in his first fight back, Anthony Johnson, dominating performance. Like I said, if he gets a few more good wins over some more top guys, he could be in line for the light heavyweight championship. That segues to our main event. Before I go into the main event, I need to mention something. In the second fight, Jim Miller, I think they said he's had the most wins in lightweight division. 13 wins. Most wins for a lightweight guy. And he's had the most submission attempts in UFC. I think 31 times that he's tried a submission. So that's a new record tonight as well. But now on to that main event. For the UFC Light Heavyweight Championship, John Bones Jones defending against Glover Teixeira. Now I haven't seen Glover Teixeira fight before. I've seen Jones fought before. I've seen Jones fight before. And I saw all the commercials and all the stuff on UFC television on the fight nights and everything. They're like, Teixeira's the biggest threat to Jones' title. And I'm like, no way, because Jones just destroys people. It's like unless you're Brock Lesnar walking in to face The Undertaker at WrestleMania, you talk the talk, you blab and blab and blab, like, I'm not scared, Undertaker. And then again, with Undertaker, you're scared shitless. You don't know what to do unless you're Brock Lesnar. That's the same thing with this fight with Jones. When you fight John Jones, it's like, I'm going to beat down John Jones. I'm going to take on John Jones. It's a tongue twister, man. I'm going to beat down John Jones. I'm going to be the guy to beat him. And then again, in the ring with John Jones, you're scared shitless. You talk the talk, you don't walk the walk. John Jones just annihilated Glover Teixeira because Jones is elusive. That's the problem. Every guy that everyone's been saying, it's Jones' biggest challenge. When he took on Rampage, Rampage is going to beat him down. When he took on Leota, Leota's going to win. Jones finds a way. He's a very elusive fighter. He's now that Silva's gone, I think John Jones is now one of the new top draws in UFC and a new pound-for-pound guy in UFC. He just destroyed Teixeira. I'll give Teixeira credit. Teixeira did try to stand up to the champion. He had some okay body shots in there, but if he had a drink every time Teixeira's mouthpiece fell off, he'd be drunk. Man, the hits were so hard, TEIXEIRA's mouthpiece was falling off. He got cut twice. You know, big nasty elbows cut TEIXEIRA's eye and cut his nose. So like, just Jones was just pounding him. Mostly a striking fight. You know, in all 5 rounds, it was just a striking fight. You know, TEIXEIRA had some great takedown defense. I'll give him that. Because Jones did try to take him down. He did have one takedown attempt successful in the first round. That was the only closest thing to anything to ground and pound. Mostly it was striking. You know, I'll give TEIXEIRA credit. He's a good striker. But Jones was more the aggressor. There were some times when both guys had the other guy in the corner, you know, look like some great swings and stuff, some great attempts, but Jones was never in any danger of losing. That's what happened when GSP defended against Johnny Hendricks, and I said this during this fight, that even though in that fight though, Johnny Hendricks was more the aggressor. And a lot of people thought Hendricks should have won the title then and there against GSP. But I defended that fight, and I defended GSP winning because GSP, despite being out-aggressed and outstriked by Johnny Hendricks, Johnny did not have GSP in any danger of losing. He didn't have him in a predicament of losing. In a losing predicament. He never had GSP in a losing predicament. That's what happened with Glover TEIXEIRA. Despite the great striking from Glover, he didn't put Jones in a predicament of losing because Jones was just too damn good. He just, you know, the reach advantage is one thing. You know, 84-inch reach, probably the biggest reach in all of UFC. But just, like, Glover did outstrike Jones in that first round. But after that first round, Jones outstruck and out-aggressed TEIXEIRA in the remaining 4 rounds. Jones is just too tough. I can't see anyone beating him. And John Jones retained the championship in probably the only good fight of the night. Because at least it was okay exciting. Because some good action from John Jones. John Jones, I always complain during championship fights when there's a champion who's... Because I always say this about championship fights. The challenger has to be aggressive or the champion's going to dance around like an idiot and dance around like a pansy. And we know a lot of guys, or at least one guy, who, when he was champion, he danced around like a pansy and did not want to fight. Silva! And that's why he got knocked out by Chris Weidman and got injured. I'm hearing he's coming back though. But anyway, you know, John Jones is not one of those champions who lets the challenger come to him. That's the thing with championship fights. The champions don't come at the challenger. They wait for the challenger to come at them. That's what Silva does and a lot of the champions do. But Jones went right at TEIXEIRA and just pounded his ass with the striking, nasty strikes tonight from Jones, some big kicks. You know, despite, like I said, the only round that he was outstriked was the first round. Glover had some more strikes. Even though Jones looked like the aggressor in that first round, but Glover got more strikes in. But after that first round, from the second to fifth round, Glover just got outstriked and out-aggressed, like I said, by John Jones, 3.0 for this fight. It was okay action. You know, probably the only thing to be almost exciting because there was some close calls. But Jones retained. He just pounded the hell out of TEIXEIRA. I don't care who they put up against John Jones. It is going to be tough to get John Jones to lose that title. But I will say this. If Anderson Silva can lose, so can John Jones. But who can beat John Jones? Time can tell. You know, it's like John Jones just seems unbeatable right now, you know. But one day John Jones will win. When? Time will tell. It's just, you know, just got to find the right guy. You know, it's going to be tough to find the right guy because Jones is he just looks untouchable. You know, look at John Jones. He got no cuts at all. Like, in the fight, you know, no cuts. He's got a lot of sweat on, but he doesn't get any cuts or bruises. Look at TEIXEIRA. You can tell he's been in a fight because he got the cuts and bruises, you know, cut on his face, on his eye, and his nose. So it's like, you know, Jones is just a killer. He's just a beast. Who can stop John Jones? We don't know. In time will tell. So there you go. That is my UFC 172 review. Let's hope that UFC 173 is better. A lot more excitement. I say it about every UFC, but hey, there's always Bellator. Anyway, once again, 6.5 out of 10. I've been rating like almost every pay-per-view of UFC, like at least 5.5 to a 6.5. It's just, it needs more excitement. Some okay action, like I said, UFC, some good action, but we need more excitement, more close calls, more great knockouts, and great close submissions, great comebacks. That's what we're missing in UFC. And they need to deliver in the pay-per-views. That's the problem. On the fight nights on Fox, they were good, but when it comes to the pay-per-view, the excitement stays home. Let's hope UFC gets a little bit of excitement again for Memorial Day weekend. Once again, thank you all very much for watching my UFC 172 review. With that in mind, you've been attacked by the review from Zach. Thank you all. Have a great night, everybody. See ya. Yeah.